part 3. That being said, guys, you guys know the usual. I don't really have to get into all the normal intro stuff, so let's just start where we left off. When we last left off, Team 7 has just discovered about the fact of the training exams and the 2-week break in between that. Naruto had just absolutely dominated. And it sounds wrong, but he didn't beat up Kankuro. Like, he made that man submit with just pure chakra alone. Not even using any attacks. Like, he just flexed his pure chakra. Chakra was so devastatingly powerful that it even made Gaara sweat. Gaara, who of course hid the fact that Naruto literally put him to his knees until after Naruto left. With this being said, this causes the Sand siblings to realize pretty quickly that, like, yo, the Leaf Village, whoever the hell that guy is, they got quite the powerhouse. But because of the 2 weeks in between the training exams, or from there you would see Hiruzen with the tied up Zabuza and the tied up Haku in front of him. He would question, look, we can give you guys a deal. As Zabuza and Haku would look up towards him and say, what? You can work for us, and we won't turn you into the Mist Village. As I was said, Zabuza and Haku would look at him, why we want to work on you for another corrupt source of government. Someone else corrupt. Hiruzen would say, I'm not a corrupt Kage. They don't say, but your village is. Every other nation knows it. Everyone knows the history of your people. All of you are corrupt. Why would we ever work for the Leaf Village? Tsunade Den would walk in. Because the old brat is no longer in charge. And the council will not run over me as they've run over him, she would say. As she would walk inside, she would take her seat. Haku, you're just a young boy. You went through a miserable life. You watched your family die in front of you. You're one of the last of your clan, if not the last. She looks towards him. That power can be used within the Leaf Village. Her Kekkei Genkai could help us thrive. He would say, so, why would he give them his Kekkei Genkai? Because she doesn't want him to die to be the last of his people, she would say, calmly. And Zabuza, you're one of the 7 ninja swordsmen. You possess a legendary weapon. Not only is that the case, your access over mist style, water style, your hand-to-hand combat skills is comparable to even that of Kakashi. We need you here, she would say. Of course, you can always say no, and we'll either turn you over, or, with their permission, we'll execute you. But of course, they aren't even aware of the fact that you guys are here quite yet. And of course, what are they gonna do? Go to war with us? I'll fucking trample them, Tsunade would say. As she says this, but it doesn't really matter since they're currently having a civil war of their own and likely wouldn't care about 2 little ninjas trading sides, she would say. Would you really want to return to a current war? She would say. Do you want to go there? Be at war with yourselves? Your village is literally at war with itself. Do you really want to go there right now? They'll either execute you, imprison you, or hell, force you back into battle. This was said as Zabuza would look forward. No, he would say. She didn't say, then work with us. Of course, you'll have restrictions, but simply work for us. You'll become a member of our village. As she hands them 2 headbands, Haku will look down and he will say, Master, this is a great opportunity for us. It can fix our whole lives. Zabuza will look down. Fine. As this happens, Zabuza picks up the headband. He ties it around his forehead. She didn't want to say, but I'm going to be giving both of you a task. And this causes both of them to stop and turn. Both of you will train a Leaf Shinobi together. Her name is Sakura Haruno, the young pink-haired lady you encountered. Zabuza and Haku will both stop and turn and will question, why? Because she's a Haruno, and she possesses, well, the envisioned mist, Kekkei Genkai. You two are both Mist Shinobis. You are very accustomed to Mist itself. Plus, she has an affinity for Water style and Wind style. Combining, she could likely use a partial Ice release, of course. Not as powerful as yours, she would say, looking towards Haku. But more or less, it's possible, she would say. And given your history with Water style and your Wind style potential, she would say, looking towards Haku. You two will be great teachers for her, and observe yourself, you even have access to Wind style. He would look forward as he would see Dio. As Tsunade would get in Sakura. Sakura walks inside of the room, and as she does, she would look towards him and says, they're going to be training me, Lady Hokage? She would nod. And once they're finished, she looks upwards to her with a smile. After the training exams are over, I'll personally train you. This caused a humongous smile to spread across Sakura's face hearing those words, as she would immediately, no hesitation, not even caring about the fact that she's damn nearly terrified of Zabuza and Haku, she would agree. Tsunade then proceeds to call in a salesman, who places a seal onto Zabuza and Haku. Now, the way this seal works is it is connected to their heart. And if they were, this is essentially what is called a no going back seal, which means that if they break their word by straight up attacking attacking a leaf shinobi unprovoked, which means that if someone were to provoke them, then they would just beat the fuck out of them. But yeah, then boom, shit, fuck it. Like, it's just gonna happen. With that being said, time skip, baby. Naruto proceeds. My bad, I don't know what the fuck I just did, y'all. I literally lost track, but what was it? Death seal. So basically, they break the seal's one recommendation, well, one rule, they die. And it's not one rule, it's several rules. So, no betraying the village. If you're good, like if you betray the village, if any betray the village, there's always going to be a shinobi lurking around, following them, who has the technique to activate the death seal. So if they were to betray the Leaf Village at any given point in time, Haku and Zabuza could both die on the spot. So, for the next 2 weeks, Zabuza and Haku personally trained Sakura. They taught her the Shadow Clone technique, which meant that Sakura herself could rest while her Shadow Clones trained every single day. So for 14 days straight, Zabuza and Haku both made 3 Shadow Clones, and Sakura made 6 Shadow Clones. As for 14 days straight, that's how she trained. Whilst the real Sakura was gaining all the information from her multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, which of course I'm giving this version of Sakura access to. We know Sakura legit has a crazy amount of chakra. Not a lot of people actually know this, but Sakura has a fucking ridiculous amount of chakra. It doesn't compare to the likes of Naruto, Kakashi, or Sasuke, but comparable to literally everyone else in the village, aside from the Kages, like, she got chakra. She got crazy chakra. And it only got even crazier when she gained access to the 100 Heals technique. But of course, Zabuza and Haku, like I said, trained Sakura during that time frame, giving her access to a repertoire of water-based jutsus, whilst also allowing her to activate her mist in a very unique form. This allows Sakura to create a small mist that once inhaled or once seen, the person begins to get influenced by slight genjutsu, to the point where it's almost completely unnoticeable that they're even in a genjutsu. But over time, the effects become stronger and stronger and stronger. Sakura also learned how to actually use the genjutsu, well, for attacks. Basically, she can influence a person's entire mind to the point where she's able to legitimately mentally harm them, to the point where it can straight up harm the chakra source itself. Like, she can, let's do this. She can cast a genjutsu of Neji beating the dog shit out of Hinata and closing all her chakra points, and Hinata's chakra points will be tricked into thinking that they were actually closed. Like, she's that fucking broken. And please comment some ideas down below, for like chakra points and stuff, because, like, keep it so real. I really don't actually know how I'm gonna work with that. But like, comment ideas, for her genjutsu, because I'm not very good with genjutsu, but I mean, I take that back, because my Shinso What If was basically like strictly genjutsu, and that video low-key slapped. I'm gonna redo that, because that video was good as fuck. Anyways, we're time skipping now. Team 7 arrives at the gates, as they would have in the original timeline. Now when Team 7 arrives, like normal, Lee proceeds to put hands on Sasuke. And after Lee put them paws on Sasuke, Naruto notices Lee's fighting style, and he liked it a lot. All-Man begins to think, He didn't look around. Realizing no one is here, he would walk forward. Hey, fight me, he would say. As Lee would look at him and say, what do you mean? Fight me, Naruto says. Like you did with Sasuke, no chakra. Lee looks upward and realizing that Naruto's low-key tall as fuck. Like, he's not that much taller than them, because at this point in time they are 16. But Naruto, like I said, he's damn nearly 7 foot. Like, bro's 6'9". So he is freakishly fucking tall for a 16-year-old. But compared to like a Lee, who at this point I'm just gonna make him 6 foot, because I'm gonna make him 6'4", because why not? So he's only 5 inches taller than Naruto, but he's still stupid fucking tall. So Lee proceeds to jump back, and Naruto would do the same. As soon as this happened, Naruto would look forward, as Sasuke and Sakura have full confidence in Naruto, while Tenten and Neji have no confidence in Lee. This causes Naruto to look towards him as Lee would look towards Naruto. Naruto charges up One For All into a small degree. Naruto promises not to use any jutsus. One For All technically isn't a jutsu. So, in small degrees, him and Lee would blitz towards each other. And as soon as they did, Naruto cocked back his fist and went in for a punch. But Lee caught Naruto's hand, did a weird, did some fucking crazy ass counter as he flipped Naruto over, proceeded to mid-air kick Naruto slap in the face as Naruto literally goes flying back. Naruto proceeds to get up, and as soon as he does, he sees Lee's running at him. As Lee proceeds to kick Naruto square in the face, Naruto's thrown back as Lee spins and proceeds to kick him right back down again. Lee then will look at him and say, his face, he would say, he's not as strong as he probably expected. Naruto would laugh as then he proceeds to disappear, appearing right in front of Lee before vanishing, appearing behind Lee and hitting him with a ruthless punch to the back. Lee is then sent blind as he crashes on to the wall. Lee slowly pushes himself off of it and said, "I said no jutsus." Naruto then said, "I didn't use any jutsu. I used taijutsu," he would say, which causes Lee to look over towards him, thinking, "That's insane speed. Hey, he might be really worth it." Lee begins to look forward as he begins to think about opening the gates or removing his weights or something, as he actually would go down to remove his weights until Guy would catch him. Telling him that's enough. As this would happen, he then would tell Lee it's time to go. Lee and his team would leave, and as they leave, everything from here will play out like normal. The test, Naruto knows a good majority of the answers because she's raised by Tsunade. Not really raised, but for 4 years of his life he was raised by her, so he knows the test. The test is a little simple for him compared to everyone else. That being said, we're gonna time skip probably the last time in this video. You know what, it's definitely not gonna be, but we time skip to the forest. Team 7 arrive in the forest as they would have in the original timeline. Like normal, things will play out pretty similarly with nothing happening at first until Naruto has to go take a leak. As Naruto takes a leak like normal, Sasuke and Sakura ends up encountering the Sound Ninja. And time to get into character, guys. Sasuke Uchiha. You're looking mighty scrumptious over there. I'm trying to see what you can do with those eyes, with all that ass. I'm trying to get that body for you. Orochimaru proceeds to immediately blitz forward towards Sasuke and Sakura. And Sasuke and Sakura both have this intense amount of fear, but Sakura and Sasuke simultaneously proceeds to stab themselves as Sakura and Sasuke would jump same time and hit Orochimaru with a leg drop. Basically, they both kicked him in the back at the same exact time as Orochimaru slammed into the ground, with Sasuke and Sakura both jumping back. As this happened, Sasuke says, "You know wind style, right?" Sakura would nod. "Bet. Fire style, fireball jutsu." As that proceeds to happen, Sakura yelled, "Wind style, gale palm." As immediately the two jutsus synchronize with the same exact chakra frequency because they're just locked in like that, as it would suddenly become an inferno as it shoots forward and smashes into Orochimaru. Fire would clear as just you could see nothing but just flames. But from there you would see nothing. The smoke clears and nothing's there. It causes both of them to look around confused because they can see what they think is a body, but that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't look like a fucking body. It looks like it was a husk of some kind. Well, from there you would see in the trees Orochimaru. Damn, you strong. I like that. Let me see what you really can do though. Some of that power. Show the power of that body. Ooh, I love that body. Fuck, I want that body. Fuck, I need that body. This causes Sasuke to turn, just side-eye Sakura for a second before looking back at Orochimaru. And Sakura's like, don't fucking look at me. Do not fucking look at me. Don't look at me. Oh, hell no. As Sakura proceeds to open up a scroll, and as she does so, a humongous sword pops out of it. And Sasuke sees it. He's like, how the hell are you holding that thing? She then would say she was trained by Zabuza and Haku. As in, she would say, Haruno style, inverted mist. She would say, underneath her breath, of course. As it happened, her sword begins to be infused with a slight mist. Basically, with every single swing, she's unleashing a mist that slowly but surely begins to activate her Genjutsu Kekkei Genkai. And when I say activate, slowly but surely strengthens it more and more and more. So, she would charge in. And as soon as she charges in, she proceeds to grab her blade, swing that bitch, and slish at Orochimaru. Orochimaru jumps backwards, but Sakura would immediately catch her sword as she proceeds to go in with a forward thrust. As it happens, Orochimaru proceeds to wrap snakes around her blade. As he proceeds to snatch the blade from her, pull out the Kusanagi sword, spin, and slash at Sakura's throat. Blood pours out everywhere. Sasuke would scream, and Sakura falls to the ground. Blood pouring out everywhere. But as that happened, Sakura would poof, and she pops up out of the ground and hits Orochimaru with a mean uppercut. As it happens, Sasuke is confused, but Naruto heard Sasuke scream, and as he's zipping himself up, he immediately activates One For All and bursts back on over towards where his team is. As he sees Orochimaru, and he's surprised that Orochimaru just got tricked like that by Sakura. But Orochimaru says no more, as he begins to send snakes out everywhere. The snakes begin to fly all around. They begin to just rush towards Sasuke and Sakura. But as they do, Naruto appears and uses a Carolina Smash, which is basically, you guys saw that X mark move where all making puts his arms together like an X and slashes downward. That's what he did and created a massive burst of wind that blew all the snakes back. Naruto looks towards him before saying, Orochimaru! Naruto would immediately say, Sasuke, Sakura, get back now! As soon as it happened, both of them looking confused, but Naruto immediately, just explodes in power. And Sasuke and Sakura never seen Naruto unleash this much power before. This is insane. This is more than he unleashed against Haku. As Naruto and Kakashi. And Zabuza, this is more power he released against anyone. As Naruto straight up grows instead of a 9 feet tall ass man. Power just exploding off of him. Orochimaru sees, he's like, ooh. Maybe I want your body. You fucking pervert. Naruto would say with no hesitation. As bro disappeared. As he disappeared, they begin to look all around for him. As Orochimaru ends up sending a snake forward towards Sasuke, but the snake instantly exploded. He didn't begin to start looking around, see if he could find Naruto, but he couldn't. As Orochimaru says, damn it, he proceeds to weave his signs. As then he yells, summoning! Nah, that isn't gonna work. He would stop himself from performing a jutsu, as then he would instantly transform himself into a snake-like form. You know, the big-ass head snake, just a whole bunch of snakes on his body. It begins to look all around. But that nigga got meant right across the face. Naruto hitting him with a ruthless Detroit smash before zooming forward. Carolina smash! As he shot Orochimaru right into the air before jumping up her. Louisiana smash! Basically slamming his foot down, kicking Orochimaru's head with a Louisiana smash, slamming him right back into the ground. As he zooms forward for yelling, LA fires! As he proceeds to smack him with a mean, flaming Detroit smash. Technically a LA fire, but that's basically what he calls it. As he jumps upward into the air before he yells, firewall. As this happens, an explosive wave of chakra is unleashed as Naruto will weave hand signs. As from there, he'll say, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Multiple Shadow Clones with formers. Each of his Shadow Clones begin to use a different technique. Naruto's using One For All. His Shadow Clone is using the 100 Heals technique, whilst his other Shadow Clone is using Kurama's 3-tailed form. All 3 of his clones will charge in towards Orochimaru. The reason behind him doing this is because he can't do all 3 at once yet, because it's too straining on his body. But he zooms forward and binks Orochimaru. The Shadow Clone will zoom forward and ends up kicking Orochimaru, whilst his other one will send a chakra hand forward, snatches Orochimaru back, just for both of the other Narutos that to simultaneously use a rising flame, just for the next one to use a flash flame, which is basically, my bad, I think it was a flash smash or some shit like that, Hell's Flash. Yeah, Hell's Flash. Both of them using a Hell's Flash, and boom, slamming his fist right into Orochimaru. They send Orochimaru flying backwards. Orochimaru is hereby laid out and on the ground. As he's laid on the ground, bro's just laid there. He looks forward as Naruto's seen charging in. But as he sees this, he sees Sasuke and Sakura coming in beside her. As all of a sudden, Sakura's eyes begin to glow green. As she then begins to remember, Naruto boosted her. As this happens, as she glows green, she begins to explode with chakra and zips forward right along the same exact speed as Naruto's. As she jumps upward, holding her blade, she goes in to slam it down onto Orochimaru, but Orochimaru proceeds to reverse summon himself, getting himself out of this situation. As soon as that happens, Naruto would turn and look towards Sakura, realizing that she just finally accessed One For All. Wondering how much percent of her power that he just used, she realized she only used 0.5. Maybe it was instinct. Maybe she just automatically knew to only use that much. But Sakura with 0.5% kept up with him. That shows her improvement because a 0.5% probably would be to keep up with him. I'm gonna take that back. She used 50%. Okay, she used 50% off instinct. Mind you, 50% does not equivalent to her using 50% of the power overall. It just means she used 50% that she could handle. So yeah, she ends up getting there, and as soon as she gets there and Orochimaru disappears, Naruto proceeds to take the scroll that the ninja had. As this happened, Team 7 eventually ends up leaving. As they leave and they make it into the building, they realize that this time around they aren't obviously not the first one to come there, but almost everybody else is. So, time skip, baby. Bye. We end up seeing Team 7 arriving as they did in the original timeline. And like normal, all the matches will play out like normal, except for, of course, Naruto and Kiba's match. When Naruto steps into the ring, Kiba looks at him and says, "Oh, hell no." He proceeds to say, "You know what? Fuck that. You think just because you tall, you finna beat me up or something?" And Naruto just looks at him confused. "What? I didn't even... You think just because you tall, you finna put hands on me? Well, guess what? You a bitch." As he proceeds to immediately rush forward towards him. He rushes forward and goes in, and Akamaru right beside him, and Naruto says, "I don't like hurting animals, so that'll be nice." He proceeds to step to the side and chop my poor boy Kiba on the neck, knocking him unconscious. With that being said, guys, this is where we're going to be ending off part 3. I have no idea how long this video is. If you guys enjoying this, please be prepared because the next part likely will be the finale, because the next part I will likely have enough time to record at least an hour. Keyword is likely, so don't take that, take that with a grain of salt. Y'all already know how I am. But that being said, I have ACT testing tomorrow, so I have to go to sleep.